Hey friend, hey, it's Denise Renee, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the number one enemy to starting anything new. No, it's not procrastination. It is, well, I'll tell you that in a second. I am just going to do this real quick because I'm catching the last little bit of sunset while my skin kind of looks good in natural daylight and I don't have to put any makeup on. And that kind of leads me into the number one enemy of starting anything, and that is perfectionism. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a perfectionist, but I do like to have things right. If I'm going to do anything, I want to come out the gate just on top of it. Definitely when it comes to making videos, I am like, I need to have eyebrows drawn in. I need to have some powder on my face or something. And I need to have, colored away the grays or something like that. I mean, it's just a little bit, but it just annoys me. And I'm just like, oh God, the lies they tell. The lies, the lies. But that sense of everything has to be just perfect before I start anything has been such a hindrance to me in so many areas of my life. It has caused me to start something and stop without even giving things a full, fair chance to really play out. And I'm challenging myself differently as the year 2023 comes to a close. And that is, I've had so many different ideas for this YouTube channel. I have had other ideas for other YouTube channels. I haven't launched them. This channel, I kind of cleaned up maybe like a year or so ago. And I had like a lot of different types of content on there. And, all the YouTube experts say, well, your content has to be about one thing. Vlogging channels are not it anymore, only if you already have an established audience. Will people be interested in what you have to say? And you got to niche down. And that is valuable advice. And it does work in some senses, but in other senses, that advice is also coming from people who just started their YouTube channels not knowing what it would become. They started where they were. They started imperfectly. And as they went along, they learned, they grew, their audience grew with them. And as their audience took shape, then they shaped their content around it. And I'm challenging myself with this now. I have so many ideas of what I want to talk about, but I'm like, you know what? If I don't have an audience, if I don't have people who want to listen to it, how do I know? So, girlfriend, you just have to get started. And you know what? It doesn't even have to be perfect. It does not have, you don't always have to have on makeup. You don't always have to have a 100%, something scripted out. I do like to have things at least bullet pointed so that I'm not rambling and I at least share things that are going to be helpful and useful to people. But, I'm just getting started or restarted. The only content right now that's visible on this channel is some of my older motivational content. And the reason I kind of paused was because I'm like, I'm more than just motivational content. Yes, that's a part of me, but there's so much more that I want to share. And I'm like, you know what? On this channel, I'm just going to share it all. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk because, child, if you're living in 2023 in the United States right now, you are feeling it's not a pinch. It's like there's this game in Roblox that my son used to like to make me play. It was like beat the wall and you go in and you have to like run and hide before this big old wall just came room smashing to the other side and it pulled back and then you could run to the next little cubby hole. That's what it feels like. It's not even a daggone pinch. It is a daggone wall just coming to close in on you. So we'll talk about that. We will talk about, I'm on a healthy journey. So we will talk about getting healthy and all that kind of good stuff. We will talk about it all. I'm coming up on a milestone birthday. We will talk about that too. And so if you are interested in seeing an imperfect journey from the beginning or from the middle or from wherever, then come along. And by all means, let me know in the comments what you are interested in talking about as well. Now, I realize that right now, I'm probably talking just to myself for right now. But you know what? That's okay. That's part of the process. And I think that's another thing that really stops people from starting something. They're like, well, I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to be talking to myself, when it comes to putting out video or putting out content. It's like, I don't want to be talking to myself. I don't want to look stupid. I want to be perfect. Ma'am, sir, there is no perfect. There's just getting started. There's just taking that step of faith. There's just doing the daggone thing and figuring it out as you go along. So that's what I'm going to do. And if that's something that's encouraging to you, then join in on the journey. I plan on uploading frequently. I can't tell you if that's going to be an everyday thing or 5 days a week or 3 days a week. I'll just say frequently. That's just going to be my challenge to myself, to put out quick, useful videos on a frequent basis and see where it goes. So, if there's something in your life that you want to get started with, maybe you want to make content. Maybe you want to go back to school and get a degree or a certification. Maybe there's an instrument you always wanted to learn. A friend of mine just told me the other day she ordered a harp. Yes, a whole entire harp. And I'm like, I'm not mad at it. Go for it. She knows how to play piano, but it's something she always wanted to do since she was a little kid. And she's like, you know what? I'm making time for this piece of joy in my life. So if you've been dreaming about starting something for a while, I encourage you, get started with it. I hope that this was helpful. Let me know if it was down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, friend.